If you're watching this, there's a good chance your life didn't end. But it stopped. Stopped looking familiar. Stopped feeling predictable. Stopped responding to effort. Maybe there was a time when you could wake up and just live. Go out. Create. Move your body. Dream freely. And now, every decision costs energy you don't have. Every small activity comes with consequences. And even the things you love feel like punishment because of what follows after. The pain, the exhaustion, the crash, the post-exertional malaise that steals days, sometimes weeks, of your life. And somewhere deep inside, a quiet thought keeps returning. My life was cut short. If that thought lives in you, I want you to know something before we go any further. You are not weak. You are not lazy. You are not a defective machine. You are a human being living in a body that is under constant physiological stress and that changes everything. Chronic illness doesn't just take your energy. It takes spontaneity, independence, identity, confidence, safety in your own body. You're not just mourning pain-free days. You're mourning who you were allowed to be. The person who could say yes without calculating the cost. The person who could have hobbies without fear. The person who didn't need recovery plans for basic living. And here's something no one says clearly enough. Grieving that life is normal. Grieving your old dreams is normal. Grieving the version of you that didn't need to ration energy is normal. Grieving the future you imagined is normal. If you didn't grieve, that would be abnormal. But here's where things quietly become dangerous, and where most people don't know how to guide you. There is a difference between mourning and living inside the loss. Mourning says, "This hurts, and I acknowledge it." But living inside the loss says, "Nothing good can exist for me now." And that belief, not the illness itself, is what often leads to depression, emotional numbness, feeling left behind in life, feeling like time is moving on without you. I want to be very clear and very compassionate here. Your pain is not imaginary. Your limitations are real. Your losses matter. But your entire life is not the loss. And this is where I challenge a common belief in the chronic illness community, one that feels protective, but actually causes harm. A lot of people with chronic illness believe, "I'll start living again when my body improves." It makes sense. It feels logical. But it quietly traps you in waiting. Waiting to feel normal. Waiting to feel capable. Waiting to feel worthy of life again. Here's the counterintuitive truth I learned the hard way. Life does not resume after chronic illness. It reorganizes. You are not on pause. You are living in a different operating system. And when you measure your life using healthy body standards, you will always feel like you're failing. That's not a personal flaw. That's a measurement error. This is the framework I use and teach. Because generic motivation does not work for nervous systems under chronic stress. The energy relative life model progress is not measured by how much you do. It's measured by how wisely you live within your capacity. Here's what progress can look like, even if you don't notice it. You stop pushing through crashes as often. You rest before your body collapses. You recognize early warning signs. You say no sooner. You recover slightly faster than before. You feel less guilt for resting. You feel safer listening to your body. You no longer hate yourself for your limits. To the outside world, this looks like nothing. To your nervous system, this is healing. You are not stagnant. You are adapting. And adaptation is not failure, it's intelligence. If you were once bedbound and now you can get out of bed and take out the trash, that is progress. Not because it's impressive to outsiders, but because it means your system can tolerate slightly more than before. If you used to crash for 3 days and now you crash for one, that is progress. If you can shower sitting down instead of lying back down afterward, that is progress. If you can tolerate light, sound, or conversation a little longer, that is progress. If you've learned to stop before a full crash instead of after, that is progress. If you feel less guilt resting, that is progress. If the people you live with feel less stressed because you can participate in one small task, that matters. That counts. That changes the emotional atmosphere of your home. You are not standing still. You are learning how to live inside a changed body. And that is one of the hardest skills a human being can learn. Let's make an example of a tree. When a tree is cut, it doesn't grow taller immediately. It grows inward first. Roots deepen, systems stabilize, energy redistributes. I call this the cut tree truth. When life cuts you down, visible growth slows, but internal survival work begins. Your body right now is doing constant repair, regulating pain signals, managing inflammation, protecting your nervous system, conserving energy to keep you alive. You may feel like you're doing nothing, but your body is doing everything it can. You are not failing at life. You are surviving conditions that require immense internal strength. You are still human, even if your life is small right now. Your days look repetitive. Your world feels limited. Your body says no more than yes. Being human is not about productivity. It's not about achievements. It's not about keeping up. Being human is about presence, meaning dignity, compassion toward yourself. You are not missing out on life. You are living a harder version of it, one most people never have to understand. So if today all you did was get out of bed, manage your pain, survive another flare rest without pushing, breathe through discomfort, that counts. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not a failed version of yourself. You are still here, still human, still worthy, still making progress, even when it's invisible. And just like the tree that grows again, not taller, but stronger first, you are more than what you've lost. And your life is not over. It is being reshaped.